Little Jimmy is hungry, so he's going to eat some toast.
His teeth will break off a small piece and start to mash it into even smaller pieces.
The tongue will push the food toward the back of the mouth and into the throat.
In the meantime, the sublingual, parotid, and submandibular glands secrete saliva, which contains salivary amylase to break down the starch in the bread, and lingual lipase to break down the fats in the butter.
The uvula, or the dangly thing in the back of your throat, directs the food into the right spot in the throat.
The pharynx is where the esophagus and the trachea meet.
And then the food's going to head down your throat into the esophagus, which will then go into your stomach. Okay, so you just saw what happened in the mouth, and now the toast is going to travel down the esophagus until it hits the blue thing, which is your stomach.
When the food gets to the stomach, it comes into contact with gastric lipase, which breaks down fats into monoglycerides and fatty acids.
While food is in the digestive system, the pancreas secretes pancreatic amylase, which has a similar function to the salivary amylase, which means it breaks down the starches in the bread.
Now the food goes into the yellow-colored organ, which is the small intestine. In the small intestine, the food will come into contact with lactase, which breaks down lactose from the butter. If you have a problem with lactase, it causes you to be lactose intolerant.
In the small intestine, food also comes into contact with maltase, which breaks down maltose, a disaccharide, into glucose, a monosaccharide.
Sucrase is also found in the small intestine. It breaks down sucrose, a sugar, into fructose and glucose.
When it's done in the small intestine, it enters the green organ, which is the large intestine, and any waste is excreted out of the body.